Hi. If you're coming from the previous video where we talked about self-awareness, you're welcome. If you're new and this is the first video you are seeing, please do well to check other videos to get a more wholesome view on what we're talking about. We are on a cheat code to emotional intelligence, and we talked about self-awareness already. And today we're talking about something we all think we have, but we seriously need to work on, and that is communication. I know why I said it that way. So many people feel that they are excellent communicators, whereas they are just very good at speaking. Yeah, we have so many public speakers who feel they are good communicators. Now, why am I saying that? The most important factor to prove that you are excellent in communicating is that you get a feedback that balances what you communicated. So many people are just good at talking, but they are never good at listening. So many good people are good at talking, but they don't even wait for the feedback for what they have said. So today we're talking about how to intentionally communicate. Now it is important to note that when you are having conversations with people or whenever you open your mouth to talk, it should be worth it. It should be precise. It should have a message. There should be no space in your life for random, disorganized conversations. And now, this is what so many of us do when we get into arguments with our friends and our partners. We just have random, disorganized conversations because we are talking from a place of emotion. It's important that before you start talking, you clearly know what you want to talk about, how you want to talk about it, and you expect a response, and you are intelligent enough to know when this conversation is not going the right way. Let me abort mission or change my approach. Intentional conversations or intentional communication is the ability to ensure that every word you say carries a solid message, it is received the way it should be received, and how you know it is received right is by the feedback you get. Like I said earlier, we have so many people who know how to talk, but they are very bad at communicating. One of the ways to know that you are a great communicator is that you're an active listener. We have so many selective listeners in this generation and in this time where someone will say 1,001 things and you will pick just that one thing that does not sit right with you and you will build on it, forgetting the person said 1,001 things. So, while you have or hold conversations with your partner, with your friends, and whatnot, ensure that you are communicating properly. I've said few ways to know that you are an excellent communicator is that you are an active listener. You are not just there to say what you feel, say what you want to say, but you are there to also listen and know when what you're saying is being understood and when you should adjust what you're saying. And so many of us, when we talk from an emotional place, we sound like we are talking from a place of anger and hate. And now there's something about your tone in communication. The tone of your voice would automatically demand a sort of response from the listener. So when you sound like you are here for war, the listener is bound to either respond fight or flight. So when you want a message passed across, it's important that you communicate from a place of love. It's important to note that when you are not talking to your enemy, no matter what the person has done to you, you should be able to calmly communicate. Your choice of words are also very important. So many of us would speak calmly, but use words that would sound that would hurt more than the person who is shouting. So be careful of the words you decide to use. Once again, I repeat, be careful of the words you decide to use. We are on the path to emotional intelligence. The words you decide to use in your conversation are very important. So try your best to communicate as simple as possible with the simplest of terminologies. Now, how do you communicate when a friend gets to disappoint you or when you feel hurt by a friend? It's this simple. Hello, this particular act you did really hurt me. I felt bad and I wished it wasn't you who did this, but I just have to tell you that what you did, this particular activity you did, made me feel bad. That is a straightforward communication. That's all you need to say. And the person automatically, as long as they are not uh, people who did proper therapy, if you know what I mean, people who need to, get into an asylum, as long as they are regular human beings like you, they would understand that they were wrong and they would either apologize straight up or explain their actions. But when you go about throwing random words to people you say you care about, you contradict you caring about them. And like I said earlier, when the tone or the words you use sound like you're coming for war, the person has to either run away, flight, or fight back. So the first we talked about was self-awareness, and now we have talked about intentional communication. With these two in check, you are two steps closer to working on your emotional intelligence. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Click, drop your comments. Sorry, I said click. Subscribe, drop comments, share with your friends. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.